U.S. Postal Service plans to raise their prices for the peak holiday season. The increases would be for Priority Mail Express, Priority Mail, USPS Ground Advantage, and Parcel Select. The changes would be in effect from early October through the middle of January. The Postal Service governors have already signed off on the increases. Now it's being reviewed by the Postal Regulation Commission.